Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in this very important update here on price action of Bitcoin. As we can see guys, things are looking very interesting. Bitcoin looks like on its way towards to form a new all-time high, and even higher, because price, looking at it in a different time frame, different scenarios, we were aware in a bigger picture Bitcoin was turning very bullish, but in the medium short term there could be some pullbacks, ups and downs, but the end result will be bullish. That's what we said. And looking at it now, you can see Bitcoin looks like getting attracted towards this key line of resistance. But we are aware, once this trend line gets broken, once this key line of resistance gets broken, the upcoming scenario for Bitcoin actually looks very bullish, because according to this bump and run reversal bottom, Bitcoin is testing this key line of resistance, the first target from this bump and run reversal, or the line which previously rejected us, the horizontal trend line. So once this key line of resistance gets flipped into proper support, you can see the upcoming days for Bitcoin actually looks very bullish, not just only because of this bump and run reversal bottom, even according to this falling wedge, another bullish continuation pattern. And if you monitor this weekly candle carefully, you can see this weekly candle is clearly above the previous rejected area, which shows a strength and also looks like a continuation of an uptrend. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that if the price shows some weakness, please do not panic. That could be just a temporary pullback before expecting a continuation in this manner. I mean, just like I shown here in an example. And not just only this, not just only falling wedge, not just only bump and run reversal bottom, even according to right angle ascending broadening wedge formation, this is another bullish continuation pattern for Bitcoin. So once this key line of resistance, the horizontal trend line resistance, gets flipped into proper support, once the price flips this previous resistance into support, you can see we are also going to break out from this continuation, bullish continuation pattern. I mean the upper trend line from this right angle descending broadening wedge, which will be preparing ourselves for a continuation in this manner. Yes guys, just like as shown here in an example, once this key line of resistance gets flipped into support, a new all-time high is imminent, and even higher, because according to this right angle broadening wedge, if this results in a bullish continuation, the price target, you can see the price target from this right angle ascending broadening wedge is somewhere around 150,000 in between that range. So that's why we are expecting this uptrend to continue and price of Bitcoin also to get attracted around $150,000 before starting with a corrective move. But until then, things looks very interesting. And now, even with the help of this ascending triangle formation, or simply following this rising trend line formation, because according to this rising trend line, Bitcoin has resulted in a very bullish move after testing this trend line. I mean, each and every time whenever we have seen a pullback, Bitcoin testing the rising trend line, it has resulted in a very bullish move. But what I want you guys to do is to simply add another trend line here to the upside, I mean the horizontal trend line, and monitor this move here. I mean, if you look at this formation, this actually looks like an ascending triangle breakout. Once we were able to flip the previous temporary resistance into support, it resulted in a very bullish move. I mean, upper trend line resistance got broken, which later resulted in a bullish move. Same scenario could be unfolding in our case as well. I mean, this here looks like another ascending triangle formation, right? So once this resistance here gets flipped into proper support, just like what happened here, we are expecting another continuation like this to play out, and Bitcoin to head towards 150,000, because each and every time we are aware, you can see whenever Bitcoin broke out from this upper trend line, the horizontal trend line, it has resulted in a very bullish move. So if this bullishness continues, even the upcoming days for Bitcoin actually could be very, very bullish. Yes, guys, upcoming days, even the upcoming month for Bitcoin will be turning bullish once we flip this key line of resistance into support, because we are aware, according to our leading indicator, Bitcoin actually found support at this first target, the R1 line. I mean, according to this bullish target, you can see this horizontal trend line, which was around $102,000, and this held the price. I mean, price of Bitcoin found support at this R1 line, and now it looks like a continuation towards the next area of confluence according to our leading indicator, and this trend line sits around $109,579, or let's say $110,000, which will also mark a new all-time high for Bitcoin. So what could be happening here? The best case scenario for the month of May, once we form a new all-time high, Bitcoin could be in another parabolic move towards the most bullish target for the month of May, which is around $123,000. Yes, guys, $123,000 will be looked as our upcoming target if we manage to remain above this monthly R1 line. And I personally think, even if it starts resulting in a continuation in this manner, instead of a bullish break, a continuation in this manner, it won't be bothering us, because I've been very clear. Simply remaining above 90,000 means Bitcoin will be on its way to follow this bullish continuation pattern. I mean, ascending CPR pattern, which only gets formed during uptrend. So closing above 90,000 means the next month CPR, right, will be also an ascending CPR. I mean, the month of June will also print an ascending CPR, which only gets formed during uptrend. So even if the price shows a continuation to the downside, in my opinion, that will be a great buying opportunity, because I have been very clear with you guys. Indicators are already turning bullish. Williams alligator indicator, green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom, only happens during uptrend. And since this crossover, you can see Bitcoin has also turned very, very bullish. So what I'm trying to pinpoint here is that any sort of a pullback now, even the same trend line here, will be acting as support. Yes, this Williams alligator indicator will be acting as support, and price after that could be continuing with this uptrend, because beside the support from this CPI indicator, right, this monthly R1 line, beside the support from this Williams alligator indicator, we also have support from this Bollinger Band. The central line or the basis line from this Bollinger Band will be looked as our additional support for Bitcoin. So any sort of a pullback should be just a temporary pullback and a great buying opportunity, because in a bigger picture, I've been very clear with you guys, Bitcoin actually looks very, very bullish, because each and every time, pre-halving, post-halving, when the price was following this expansion trend line, later it has resulted in a very, very parabolic move. So if you look at it now, same thing looks like unfolding, not just only because of this pre-halving, post-halving scenario. Even according to Weicker price cycle, Bitcoin broke the previous high, and now this could be a new marker phase from here on, Bitcoin heading towards to form an overbought or a distribution area. But for that, first we have to continue with this uptrend. So that's why in a bigger picture, Bitcoin actually is turning very, very bullish. So guys, in case of doubt, I suggest you to simply zoom out. So by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye-bye.